Once upon a time, there was a beautiful girl named Cinderella. She had 2 wicked stepsisters, too.
Wicked stepsisters? Really? What a lie. Cinderella was the one who was wicked.
And saying Cinderella was beautiful isn't even fair. She got a magical makeover from a fairy godmother.
If you want to know the true story of Cinderella, then listen up, because this is what really happened.
It was the day of the prince's grand ball, and Cinderella was eating breakfast with her kind stepmother and her 2 lovely stepsisters, Anastasia and Drizella.
Cinderella, dear, would you please pass me the tea?
No, I might chip a nail.
Cinderella, would you help me clean Oliver and Orville's cage this morning?
Are you kidding me, Anastasia? I'm not touching your guinea pig poo. You know I can't stand your oversized rodent fluff balls.
Cinderella, I have to eat the pumpkin patch before I get ready for the princess ball. Would you mind lending me a hand after lunch?
No can do, Drizella. The pumpkins clash with my outfit.
No matter how nice Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters tried to be, no matter how reasonable their requests, Cinderella only cared about a single thing.
I haven't been shopping for almost 24 hours. I don't have anything to wear to the ball.
Now, sweetie, it can't be that bad. How about your white dress with silver sequins?
I wore that to Ariel's birthday party 3 years ago.
Then what about the pink gown with ruffles and lace?
Are you serious? Ruffles and lace are so totally last week. Don't you have any fashion sense?
Well...
There was a flash of light.
A crackle of noise.
A billowing burst of gray smoke.
A short, white-haired woman in a sparkling purple pantsuit appeared in the middle of the dining room table.
Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo, what do you need me to do?
Who in the world are you?
Cinderella's fairy godmother, of course. Don't you recognize my wand?
Who cares about your wand? You've ruined my breakfast.
The fairy godmother looked down. Sure enough, the pointy shoe of one shoe had stabbed through Cinderella's buttered toast.
Oh, I'm so sorry, dear. My zapsy little poof makes it hard to see where I'm landing.
Cinderella rolled her eyes and snatched a slice of toast from Anastasia's plate.
Whatever, just don't let it happen again. Now get to work. I need a dress.
The fairy godmother waved her wand. A piece of the sky came down. It wove itself around Cinderella and formed a high-waist pale blue gown.
Do you expect me to go barefoot?
2 thin streams of water flew from a fountain in the courtyard. Crystal clear glass slippers suddenly sparkled like diamonds on Cinderella's dainty feet.
Now how am I supposed to get to the ball? I can't walk in these things.
Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo, all this stuff is for you.
Within a few magical minutes, Cinderella was ready for the grand ball. However, her stepsisters and stepmother weren't too happy about some of the fairy godmother's decisions.
That was my best pumpkin for the county fair, and you turned it into a coach.
My guinea pigs, they're giant fuzzy horses.
I don't know where all the oval-headed coach driver with the white helmet came from, but has anyone seen my hard-boiled egg?
Cinderella had nothing left to do. She spent the rest of the day longing around the house while her stepsister scrubbed the guinea pig's cage, pulled weeds in the pumpkin patch, and did dozens of other chores.
That evening, Cinderella climbed into her pumpkin coach. They didn't bother offering her exhausted stepsisters a ride, but...
Just as the coach was about to pull away from the house, Cinderella's fairy godmother reappeared like a rabbit from a magician's hat.
Oh, Cinderella, dearie, sorry to bother you, but I nearly forgot. The magical makeover ends at midnight. Be sure you leave the ball before the clock strikes 12. Guinea pigs get kind of moody after being turned into horses.
Duh, I know horses can't tell time. I'm not dumb, you know.
And with that, the coach rattled away, dust billowing up from the road as the guinea pig horses pounded toward the palace.
As the coach faded from sight, the fairy godmother shook her head and disappeared in a poof of smoke. Cinderella's stepmother turned to Anastasia and Drizella.
Could you girls keep an eye on Cinderella at the ball? I'm not sure she paid attention to that spell ends at midnight thing.
Sure, Mom. We can help.
And Cinderella's stepsisters began the long, dusty trek to the prince's palace.
Of course, you know all about the grand ball. As soon as Cinderella arrived, the prince was smitten and asked her to dance.
They danced together all all night long. Cinderella lost track of time.
Blah, blah, blah.
Naturally, Cinderella ignored her stepsister's advice.
Leave? Are you kidding? You know this is my favorite song.
Cinderella continued to waltz around the ballroom as the clock chimed on. 5 chimes, 6, 7. By the end of the 8th chime, Cinderella's sky blue gown began to fade.
By the 9th chime, small beads of water began forming on her glass slippers. And by the 10th chime...
What is going on?
2 angry guinea pigs scampered up the prince's so chopped down his royal noise like a pair of miniature T-Rexes.
No! Run, Cinderella, run!
On the 11th chime, Cinderella sprinted from the ballroom. The prince followed her after her, tugging a guinea pig from the tip of his nose.
Wait, come back. The palace doesn't usually have rats.
Cinderella kept running.
I'll call the royal exterminator.
As Cinderella stumbled down the palace stairs, one of her glass slippers dropped from her foot. She didn't stop, but the prince bent and picked up the slipper, hoping he could use it to find Cinderella. But...
The clock's 12th and final chime reverberated into the night.
The glass slipper melted away. It dripped through the prince's fingers and made a puddle on the palace stairs.
The last thing the prince saw was Cinderella running barefoot through the dusty road, dashing past a large pumpkin and a hard-boiled egg. 2 squealing guinea pigs chased after her.
But at least some of us still lived happily ever after.
The